Hello, fellas and ladies. It's time to predict those dastardly SAG. SAG is in less than 24 hours at the time of filming this because I am a gross procrastinator. I'm not even 100% sure this is going to be out because I don't think I'm going to get edited in time for the Golden Globes. I'm not going to release it tomorrow morning. So yeah, no, I need to I need to zoom through this. Let's start with stunts. Stunt ensemble. Top Gun Maverick. Come on, they're flying real planes. I think how do you say no to that? Batman and Black Panther are also pretty much definitely gonna get in. There's very much stunty stuff going on in there, and then everything ever all wants is a lot of hand to hand combat and all that. That one's not as like guaranteed. I think it's pretty much in by the prospect of it being like a top two picture player. And then it gets a little dude. And then I got the Woman King at number 5. I like that top 5. Woman King has a lot of action in it, a lot of like violence. So yeah, I really think the Woman King is gonna happen here. After that, you have Avatar, which you might be going like, why isn't that in? Avatar's been like performing weirdly poorly with the awards bodies. It did really, really bad at the battle long lists. It's not doing like it missed ASC. It's not getting everything it needs. And also, top of that, I think it's easy to dismiss the stunt work in Avatar. It's because it's easy to be like, oh, they're just a bunch of people in mocap suits. That's not stunt work. So yeah, no, I think that they're gonna snub it as much as stupid as it is. All Quiet on the Western Front is rising, like pretty big. So I do think that could actually very easily happen over something in the top 5. RRR, maybe we'll see. And then you got Bullet Train. I don't know. There's a lot of hand to hand in that as well. I don't really think it's going to happen, but like maybe. It's hard for me to put Bullet Train above everything else I have above it. I have Babylon at 10, just kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's like the stupid stunt big picture thing, but also Babylon's sinking, so this is a terrible guess. Supporting act, we all know Kiwi Kwan's in, and we also know that Brendan Gleeson's in. I think Barry Keoghan, there's like a chance that this is where he misses, because I don't think he's just going to get everything. There's a chance that this is where he misses, but I'm gonna play it safe and predict him here. As am I gonna predict Eddie Redmayne. I'm starting to really think, oh fuck, Eddie Redmayne's gonna go all the way, isn't he? He might, right? It's the kind of thing that I think SAG could really go for. So I'm gonna predict Eddie Redmayne and see how that works out for me. Paul Dano, man, Fableman's is not doing well. It's really not, especially in supporting actor. But I'm still gonna predict Paul Dano. I still think he gets nominated. If he misses here, he's done though. After that, I got Brian Tyree Henry. I do think that this could be something that SAG does and that doesn't get the Oscar nomination at the end of the day. It does rank to me as something that they could do. He got the Critics' Choice, but he missed out on the BAFTA long list and he wasn't nominated for the Golden Globes. There's reason to doubt him, but I don't know. I'm sensing that he could very much happen. Maybe even over Paul Dano. I might switch them once the cameras are off. Brad Pitt, Babylon. He could happen, but man, Babylon is just so not doing well right now. 8 is where I got Tom Hanks for Elvis. I think that he is not getting the Oscar nomination. Like, no way. But Elvis is in a bit of a high right now. But at the same time, that's like the thing that the people just don't like about Elvis. That's Tom Hanks. People don't like that. They'll put off by it, by his performance, by the character. So I do think that he will miss. But like, I have my eye on him here. Ben Whishaw, Judd Hirsch. No, supporting actress. I think we all are in agreement that Kerry Condon and Angela Bassett and Jamie Lee Curtis are definitely happening here. I don't really think I have much to say. I'd be pretty shocked if any of them missed. Stephanie Sue, I have it for. I don't know what it is. I just sense that there is still some life in Stephanie Sue, and I feel like it'll show here because she missed the BAFTA long list, she missed the Golden Globe nomination, but I still think there's something here with her, and I'm gonna put her in here and see if I'm right. And then I got Hong Shao for The Whale. I don't think she's dead at all, and anyone who thinks she's dead is fooling themselves. I feel like the power of Brendan Fraser is gonna bring somebody along, and I think Hong Shao could easily be that. If she misses here, I'm still gonna pick it for BAFTA. After that, I got Jessie Buckley. Man, Women Talking is going to get no acting nominations. I know it's coming, but I think Jessie Buckley is still holding out to life. And if she gets here, I think we're in the clear. Janelle Monáe, I have a number 7. She could get in here. I don't know. It feels like something that like we're all like, oh, that'll happen here, but then it doesn't happen. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I don't know why, but like at the same time, I won't be shocked if Janelle Monáe gets in. I can also see Carey Mulligan getting in here. Maybe I don't know if she'll get the Oscar nomination at the end of the day. I don't think so, but like I feel like here could happen pretty easily actually. Dolly DeLeon, Triangle of Sadness. I initially sensed the Ruth Negabass, but I'm not really sensing it anymore. I think Triangle of Sadness has a lot of life in it now, but I also, I'm a little. I don't know. I don't know if she gets it here. Maybe she does though. I can kind of buy it. Best actor is really interesting. We can all acknowledge that the easiest path is Fraser, Butler, Farrell, Nye, and Cruz. But I feel like that's like something weird is going to happen. I don't think we're going to get 3 years in a row of actor going 5 for 5 with the Oscars and SAG. And also, I don't know what it is, but I don't think Bill Nye is getting every single precursor. I think Bill Nye is definitely getting the Oscar nomination. Like, that's going to happen. But I feel like he could miss here. Fraser, Butler, Farrell, we all know they're not missing. Like, no way. Then you got Tom Cruise. He could miss, but it feels like here he would happen. You know what I mean? So I'm going to predict Cruise. And then that fist law, I'm going to go with Ray Fiennes for The Menu. That feels like I don't think he's going to get the Oscar nomination anymore, but it does feel like something that SAG can do because that's a SAG performance in my mind. Tom Hanks for A Man Called Otto could also be a SAG thing, I acknowledge. I don't know if he actually will happen though, because that movie's just kind of there, if you know what I mean. It's making a decent amount of money. It's making a decent dent. Okay. All right, Hanks could happen, but I'm not going to bet on it, but I won't be surprised if he does. Jeremy Pope, The Inspection, I thought about it. No. David Cobb over Babylon, no way. And then, well, okay, I guess not no way. I can kind of see it happening. Adam Sandler for Hustle, I think that ship has sailed. Actress, Michelle Yeoh, Cate Blanchett. What do I have to say? I do have Michelle Williams in. I think there's a path for her to miss here, but I don't know. I feel like she's in pretty good standing with SAG right now. Viola Davis. I mean, we all know they love her. I don't think she gets nominated for everything, and I can foresee a snub here, but I feel like they definitely like this movie and her enough. Even if The Woman King doesn't get SAG Ensemble, I think they definitely like her enough. And then number 5, I'm going with Ana de Armas for Blonde. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. She's playing Marilyn Monroe. She does the things, like she does things that SAG would like. Like, again, you remove the movie, the performance getting in makes so much sense. I'm going to hear some people going, oh, if Kristen Stewart missed, why would she get in? Because, well, Spencer was also weird and Blonde's like weird and also hated. And that's a totally justifiable argument. But to that, I would say Stewart's performance was mainly subtle and like nuanced. Like she didn't like have that much like scenes, I guess you could say. Whereas Ana de Armas has scenes after scenes after scenes after scenes. Like, I think that's the difference. It's a justifiable comparison, though. I won't dismiss that. I do have Margot Robbie at number 6 for Babylon. I don't know, man. I think she's kind of like, man, she might miss. I was talking so much smack, but man, y'all were onto something. I think Babylon's getting no SAG nominations, so I gotta remove Margot as well. But I think that Margot's like the likeliest. I think Margot missing would be like the surefire sign that Babylon is like close to death. And then I got Danielle Deadweiler at 7. They need to see that movie. They need to see it. If they see it, she gets in. But like, man, Danielle Deadweiler might miss. Danielle Deadweiler's not an actress who can co-star for her own name, which sucks, but like that's the case. And she might miss. Like, I think it kind of rings as something like, oh, it's always going to happen based on the performance, and it just doesn't happen. But like, if she gets in, like, crisis averted. Number 8, Naomi Ackie, I Want to Dance with Somebody. This is not a good movie at all, but like, she's good. And like, maybe like SAG goes for her. I don't think it's like as same as like previous examples like Jennifer Hudson, because Naomi Ackie's not a name. I Want to Dance with Somebody kind of just poof came and went. I don't know. I won't count her out though, and neither should you. At least here, Jessica Chastain, she won last year, and Eddie Redmayne's probably getting in, so maybe. Olivia Colman, Empire of Light, maybe. No. SAG Ensemble, Everything Ever All Once is definitely getting in. Moving on, I feel like The Fabelmans, despite how it's performing right now, I think Fabelmans is going to get in, right? It's got enough of an ensemble. Like, yeah, I feel good about Fabelmans getting in. Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery. People are going to say the first Knives Out miss, which is a justifiable case, but I don't think it's because they hate the Knives Out franchise. I don't know why Knives Out missed. I don't know why. But like, I feel like it's not just going to happen again, right? I guess it's possible. Top Gun Maverick. You might be going, that's a weird prediction. Why are you doing that? It's just a sense I have in my guts that Top Gun Maverick's going to get in because it's more than just Tom Cruise. You got an iconic cast of characters in this movie all play with charm and charisma that I really do feel like could help this movie break in here. Plus, it's a massive hit. So, women talking. Oh man, I am putting this in here because I refuse to not predict it, man. Like it's the best. It's the definition of an ensemble piece. But I also don't know how well they've done with sending screeners out because UA has sucked at this. I'm predicting women talking still. I still have hope, but oh man, I'm scared about it. You're probably yelling at me, going like, "What, dude? The Woman King's so good, and it's such a SAG thing." I feel like we do this a lot where we're like, "Oh, that's such a SAG thing. They're totally gonna nominate it," and then it just doesn't happen. That's what Woman King is ringing as to me. Like where it's like, oh, of course SAG would do it, but then they just don't do it and it gets snubbed. That's where my head's at. I do buy Woman King though, like completely. It's just I don't know. Just some uh, I'm gonna make a bold guess here. A lot of people are putting Elvis in after that ASC nomination. I think people are gonna kind of rush into conclusions a little bit. I buy Elvis in ensemble, but I feel like even if you love the movie, it's like, well, that's just Austin Butler and Tom Hanks, and one of those performances isn't even good. I feel like ensemble is pushing it. You know what I mean? I don't think it missing ensemble would show weakness. Is my point. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Hey, the first one won, so no reason to think this can't happen. If you think it can't happen, you're woefully mistaken. Banshees of Inisherin is potentially the front runner alongside Everything Ever All Once. So why can't it get in? You might be wondering. As I'm predicting 4 actors from it. Well, there's not much after those 4. That's kind of the key thing here is that it's kind of just it's Farrell, Condon, Keoghan, Gleason, and then that's kind of it. Like there's some smaller side characters, but like I think if this got nominated, it would just be those 4. That's why, but it could just get in off the power of its film, of the film itself. Maybe Triangle of Sadness has a big ass ensemble, so that's something I'm considering, but I don't know. If Triangle Sadness got in here, I'm taking Babylon out of picture and putting this in like easily. That's like my top 10, but I also want to give a couple other mentions. I think Babylon getting in is not impossible at all. I think The Menu has a really like sizable ensemble that they could go with. I don't think The Whale getting in here is that wild because I do think it's a lot more than just Brendan Fraser. I think that's really it. That is all the things. By the time this is out, I don't know by the time this is out, the Golden Globes are like, hopefully I can get this out, and then the Golden Globes are the next hour, so everything I say just comes off as stupid. Like, subscribe, share, do all that crap, and that's it. That's all.